Ooh. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I want to say a big hello to all the new subscribers. I wanted to go over a couple things. I really value when people give me comments or ask me questions about problems they're having on their outboards and so forth. But I got a problem going with YouTube. I stopped getting YouTube emails on my email, and so I've tried to correct it on my settings, unblocking everything, enabling everything to get those messages. Nothing seems to work. So a friend of mine showed me a workaround that I can do on my actual YouTube channel. So I apologize if over the last month or so you've sent me questions and I haven't got to them. I wasn't getting them. It took me a couple weeks to realize, hey, something ain't right here. And I messed with it and can't seem to get it to come back to my live mail. So I will be checking my messages through the YouTube channel about every 2 days or so. So if you've sent me something and I didn't reply, feel free to send it again and I'll try and get the answer to you. So anyway, that's what's going on. And just can't seem to get YouTube to come back to my live mail no matter what I do. So if anybody's got any ideas, throw them down at me. All right, I made a video just a few days ago. I showed you this 18 horsepower and a 35 that I got in. And I decided I'm going to start with the 35 for a few reasons. One, the 35 is kind of my bread and butter motor for selling used engines. We have a set net fishery up here for salmon, and a lot of people are giving an old skiff or they patch one that they've had up and they need some power for it. Well, they're not going to run up there and pay $3,800 for a 25 horsepower 4-stroke when they just want to go out and do a little gill netting. So they'll come see me, and if I have these 25, 30, 35s up and ready for a few $100, that they're happy to buy them. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to show you it is seized up. I'm hoping it's just weather seized. We'll see. But I can show you what I got going right now. Let me spin you around. There she is. So right now it's completely seized, and if I try and get in there, I get some spring back from the conrod. So I'm going to take all this off. I've already lubed it up with some penetrating fluid, 50% acetone, 50% automatic transmission fluid. It's been soaking like that for 2 days, and I'm going to see if I can get it freed up. So rather than, basically I'm going to take the recoil start off and put a big breaker bar on there and work it and see what I can get. So as soon as if I have success with that, I'll come back. So let me get that all set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I worked it back and forth, got it somewhat freed up, and now I got my big old Milwaukee half, and we're gonna free it up good. Alright, so I'll do that for a while, but I want to show you something else I found going on. Watch right down in this area here, right in here. You can see we got a coil arcing. Alright, so I got her freed up. I could put some goo on that coil, but I'll probably just replace it. Got it freed up now, so I'm going to do a compression check on it, take care of that arcing coil there, and then I haven't examined it closely, but I'm guessing it's cracked. So we'll get that coil taken care of. I'll do a compression check, then we'll do a spark check, then I'll probably pull off the carburetor and clean it real quick. After that, it'll probably be ready to give her a dip in the tank, so I'll be back. Okay, I got her set up for a compression check and the spark check. So I've already did the bottom cylinder and it was like 144 compression, which is outstanding, but that's a wet test because you got to remember I had some penetrating stuff going on in there. So it's probably in reality in the 120, 125 area, somewhere like that, because I'm doing a compression test wet. But still, that's a good indicator. Got my spark spider hooked up, and let's see what we got. And I've got the compression tester in the top cylinder right now. So let me spin you. Alrighty. So here's the spark. You can see my compression gauge is at 0. So let's give her a few rotations. You can watch for spark here. Alright, so compression check about 148. Like I said, that's a wet check, so it's going to be lower than that in reality. But really jerky because I had the compression tester in there. But again, watch here for spark. Real good, strong spark. So at this point, I'm going to remove the carburetor, which is real simple on this model. Lube up the recoil starter, put some good clean gap plugs in it, and be ready to give her a start test, see if we can get her going. So I'll be right back once I get her set up. Okay, so I got apart the carburetor, and it looked actually really good. Very clean inside. Hopefully it was actually pretty clean. The needle and seat area looked really good, and overall really clean. Little dirt in the top there, but I'm going to plunge it into my ultrasonic cleaner anyway. In fact, we'll do that right now. I've got the heat on. The only issues I found were a torn gasket there, and these gaskets, both this and the emulsion uptake tube, both had the corky gaskets, and this one was tore anyway. So they're cork, older. I will replace those with the rubber gasket, and the emulsion tube is rubber as well. So turn on my ultrasonic cleaner, get it going. I already checked the high jet, high-speed jet, which is right in behind the drain screw there. I just ran a wire through there and made sure that was all open there, and it is. So other than the gaskets being a little outdated and tore, she's basically ready to go. Threw her in the ultrasonic cleaner over there, got it going. Let that clean for 10 minutes or so. I'll put her back together. We'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. I've got the carburetor back on. I'm going to lift it up, put it in the tank, and I'm sure she's going to be smoking really good if it starts at all. I did a spark check, that's good. Compression check's good. I cleaned the carburetor. Got everything all hooked back up. I'm going to put her in the tank, and we'll give her a few pulls and see what happens. This is a cold start. I have not tried to start the thing. So here we go. Let me turn you around. There she be. Okay. All right. Here's my little heat gun. All over the head, around the spark plugs. What the heck? Oh, I had it on Celsius. Alright. I'm doing the head here. Side of the block. And the spark plugs. There's your temperature. 54 degrees. That's the same temperature it is outside. So you're going to see what I see. And get this piece of paper out of the tank. So let's get her in and hook some fuel up. See what we get. Feels like gas is going into the bowl. Alrighty. Nice tight bulb. Pull the choke. Now if she does start, you got to remember all that penetrating fluid and stuff still in the cylinder, so she's going to be smoking. And then of course when I clean the carburetor, I always put tri-flow all in the passages. So let's see what we get. Motor mounts seem a little loose on it, not real bad though. All right, so there we go. That motor probably hasn't been running over 20 years. And what you saw was a cold start, wake up from beginning to end. My past video, the previous video to this one, I had it sitting out there laying on its back. Guy brought it in, gave it to me. I'm going to check that center forward motor mount. It seems like it's a little loose, might need to replace that. But the bottom line is a little more cleaning. I'm going to paint up the bonnet, free up. I already got one of the transom clamps free. I got to put a handle on the other one and get it freed up. A few little cosmetic things, but this engine's almost ready to go, be put back in use. Like I said, who knows? I know that the guy said he'd been sitting in his shed for literally years. So she's up and running. Good little 2-stroke 35. Put that on a 14 Lund or something along that line. 14 Boston Whaler or whatever. And you've got a good kicker. A few more cosmetic things. Tighten up a few things here. Check that throttle linkage out. It seems nice and loose, but I want to grease that up better. But she's back up and running. And keep in mind, when I started here, this thing was completely weather seized and probably had been seized like that for over a decade. So 2 strokes, they'll take a beating and keep right on going. So this one, a little more cleaning and lubing and cosmetic, and she's good to go. So thanks for watching.